I was talking to my wife the other day, and my wife's a therapist and she owns her own practice. And we were talking the other day because her clients consistently come to her because other therapists have quit them or ghosted them. Listen to what I'm saying. A therapist who is walking them through their anxiety and depression and whatever just quits or ghosts them and they never hear from them again. Many other therapists start a practice and hire several therapists, but then eventually get rid of all of them and just begin practicing on their own. So I began to wonder, why was that? And even as I looked at real estate, I said to myself, how come so many real estate agents don't grow their business beyond themselves? Or how come so many agents shoot themselves in the foot because of the way that they treat customers, or the way that they have their system set up, or clients think that they're not likable? Like, why do agents get in their own way? And one word kept coming up: personal development. Today, we're going to talk about 10 ways that personal development actually helps your business develop. Let's get it. What's good? My name is Sean Slaughter, real estate agent and investor, and my mission is to help new real estate agents level up within the first few years of their real estate career. We are walking life together. Look, many of you watch these videos and you are not subscribed, and I am so happy that you watch these videos. But please, if you watch these videos and you're not a subscriber, it's free, it costs you nothing. I'm gonna do my best Dora the Explorer. Go ahead and click the subscriber button now. Good. Just like Dora would do, right? All right, thank you anyway. Even if you didn't click it, it's all good. Just thank you anyway for supporting, for subscribing, for liking, for karate chopping the bell. It helps our channel to grow. One of the things that you frequently hear me talking about is reading books. And one of the reasons I read books is because I want my business to grow. Now, I'm not just reading business books. I remember early on in my life, in my 20s, when I was doing other things, I would always read business books. And the funny thing about business books is that if you read business books without personally developing, you get a bunch of strategies and tips and tricks and really, really cool things that you don't know how to implement. Or better yet, what most people do is they get overwhelmed. This book tells you to do this and do it within 30 days. This book says don't do it in 30 days, do it within 6 months. This book says that you need to have red on your website. But then this book says, no, you need to have blue on your website. This book says you really need to go up. And this other book says up is bad, you need to go down. How do you decide which business things to do? Which business areas to focus on to grow your business? Because you have limited time, limited money, limited energy, and limited resources. And you can't do everything to grow your business. But if you're working on personal development and you understand yourself, then you know exactly what things to focus on. One of the reasons I even do YouTube videos, really, and one of the reasons that YouTube videos is my specialty, one of the reasons is because I was an entertainer for 15 years. The second reason is I'm a creative, and this allows me to, have my creative juices flow. The third reason is I'm a techie. I was actually a CTE teacher, which is a career technical education teacher, where I would actually teach, Photoshop, and I would teach how to create videos and how to edit. And I'm a very, very techie type person. And number 4, doing these videos is pretty easy for me. But the personal development aspect allowed me to identify my skill set, the things that I'm naturally good at. And it helped me to target, okay, if I'm reading a business book and they're saying do this, this, and that, and I'm like, I'm not really good at that. But I'm really, really good in this area. I actually can be great in this area. And this is why personal development is so important, because it helps you to target and aim at those areas in business that you can be really, really good at because you're already personally good in those areas. If that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. 10 areas of personal development that will make your business blow up. Now, before we get started, how do you personally develop? Books, podcasts, audiobooks, webinars, classes, trainings, any type of education that you're getting, whether it's formal or informal. This type of development should help you, understand who you are, understand your strengths and your weaknesses so that you know exactly where to aim to be successful. Number 1, work-life balance. You have to discover what that means to you. And so reading books and listening to podcasts on work-life balance will help you discover, how much time should I spend on my business? You know, you'll sit down with some realtors and they'll say, yeah, I worked an 80-hour work week. I know realtors that do that, and they do it very well. I'm not doing that. I don't want to sacrifice my wife and my kids and my family just so that, you know, I can make $500,000 to $600,000 a year. I'll do that through my investments, but I'm not doing that through working hard. I want to work smart. And so discover, what is your work-life balance? Me, I like working, a good 40 hours a week. I like having fun on the weekends if I'm not showing homes. I like having time with my wife and my kids. I also like playing hard because we work very, very hard and we work very, very intensely. During the week, I'm not just lollygagging around, but because we work so hard, during the summertime, we play very hard. We take a cruise every single year with a bunch of friends. We spend a lot of money having fun, and we're not the, big money spenders as far as like cars and clothes and stuff like that. But on vacations, we ball. And so you have to figure out, what is your work-life balance? What's going to work for you, for your wife, and for your kids? What's reasonable? What's going to allow you to make money, but also not lose your marriage? Now, number 2 is time management. Time management is when you prioritize, delegate, and use resources to manage time better. And I should also give a shout to the PD Training blog. They're the ones that I got these from, and I did do a lot of research on these personal development skills that would be good for business, and to me, these are right on. Time management connects with that work-life balance. How are you using your time? Are you blocking out time? How do you set appointments? What are things you're doing early in the day? What are things you're doing in the middle of the day? What are things you're doing late in the afternoon? You need to personally look at your household and see what works best. And then as you're reading these books on time development, then you can begin developing a time management plan and system that works for you. Number 3, active listening. Now, I need this because I like talking a lot, and personally developing in the area of active listening is something that I've actually been doing over the last year and a half, and it has greatly helped my clients. Now, when my clients speak, I listen, and then I give space before I respond. Sometimes when my clients speak or I'm dealing with a potential client, I just listen. I actively use my eyes, and I use like, okay, affirmatives, just so that they can continue to talk, and they'll give you a lot more information than if you keep butting in. But this is not, again, don't just develop an active listening or any of these skills to be better in business. Do this in life so that it becomes something normal. Remember, as a real estate agent, you want to live this thing. You don't want to just learn skills just to be a good real estate agent. You want to learn skills to be a good person so that you can be a good real estate agent. So active listening is a personal development skill that you need as a realtor. Number 4, self-confidence. This is a huge one. Self-confidence helps you manage your emotions and fears and deal with other negative behaviors positively. What happens when you have a client that gives you a bad review? What happens when you have a client that blames you for a house that they bought they don't like? How do you deal with this? If you're not listening to books and listening to podcasts and you're developing your self-confidence, it will crush you and it will make you leave this business. I remember my 3rd or 4th transaction, I had a client that basically blamed me because they wanted to buy the home as is. And I explained what as is was, but they still didn't get it. I thought they got it, but they still didn't get it. And honestly, I got them the house $70,000 cheaper than what it was listed in 2021. Still, they kind of complained because they had a lot of work to do, and I think they underestimated the amount of work that was done. And so I had to really take some time, make a self-assessment to see if I made a mistake or not, because I really, really love helping my clients and I want to put them in the best position and the best home. And as I look back and I did that assessment, I was like, nah, I walked them through everything. I guide them through everything, which is what I tell my clients. I'm going to guide you through every step. And I think that they just bit off more than they could chew. They had a 203 rehab loan. The house was as is because it needed work. They were working on the house. We told them to stop the work. We'll fix it up. And like I said, I got them 70 grand off. How much more do you want? So self-confidence is a big one. Number 5, communication skills. Using the right tone and voice for communicating clearly and confidently. You know, what's amazing about doing real estate is that you can have all the knowledge in your head, but if you communicate poorly, people think that you're inadequate. And so personally developing in your communication skills, how to talk, things to say, things not to say, how not to stammer or stutter. Believe it or not, my family has a speech impediment, like a stuttering impediment. My aunts, some of my family members, and I actually have it. If I get too excited or I talk too fast, I'll repeat things, I'll stutter, I'll stammer. And so I've used personal development to help my communication skills. Also, I'm a New Yorker, a former street kid, and so a lot of times when I talk, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's what's good, that's what's up, and that's fine. But when it comes to communicating and you want to be clear, you want to be sharp, you want to be professional, you can't be throwing a whole bunch of, you know what I mean, in there. And so I've had to learn how to edit those things so I can be professional when I need to be professional. And then when I need to just be chill and be like, what's good? I can say what's good. Emotional intelligence, number 6. This area of personal development is enormous to your success. Stay aware of your and others' emotions to build healthy work relationships. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you how many realtors shut down or get mad at their clients because they take actions that their clients do personally. This is emotional intelligence. Also understanding your emotions and how you react. You know, emotional intelligence is the area that if you do it well, other realtors will love working with you. But if you do it poorly, nobody wants to work with you because you do not know how to control your emotions. Definitely number 1 on the list for me when it comes to personal development. Number 7, leadership. Think of yourself as a realtor, as a leader. You're leading your client through the process of buying or selling a home. Leaders have vision, communication ability, and management skills to influence and direct others. Doesn't that sound like what real estate agents do every day, all day? So this is why it's important for you to personally develop in leadership. And guess what? It'll benefit in your household. You can begin to lead in whatever areas in your household that you need to and be more effective, have a happy home, and also a happy and healthy business. Number 8, problem-solving ability. Again, this might be number 2 on my list. All right, number 1 is emotional intelligence. Number 2 is problem-solving ability. Recognizing problems, considering options, and making the best possible decision. If you've been in real estate, you know what problems are, okay? You know exactly what problems are. I remember I had a client who was buying a home, and literally 2 days before closing, a home that she really wanted came back on the market because it was pending before. It came back on the market. And so after the walkthrough, she says to me, hey, can we get that house? And I knew that if she tried to pull out this deal, it was going to be a world of trouble for her because the sellers were going to sue her to make her perform, AKA make her buy that house. And I said, man, I'm sorry. No, you got to go through. And it's not like that she did not like the house that we were buying. It's just this house, unfortunately, came back on the market kind of at the wrong time. You got to know how to have that talk. You got to know how to, communicate. Hey, look, this is a great house and you don't want those problems as far as getting a lawsuit. And so you have to know how to solve problems, and developing in this area, specifically in real estate, will make you a force to deal with in this business because there will not be a problem that you don't have an answer for or you can't find an answer for. Number 9, organizing. Another area that we all need personal development in. Again, this is probably in my top 5 of these personal developments. Why is organizing so important? Because I got leads coming in here. I got hot leads. I got cold leads. I have a home inspection here. I have a walkthrough here. I have a potential seller asking me questions. How are you organizing yourself? What tools are you using to make sure that every morning that you wake up, you know exactly where all your leads or your clients, everything is at? Develop in this area so that you can begin forming a system, and that system will keep you organized and keep you sharp so that when a phone call comes and you have to pull up somebody's information, you're not looking for little pieces of paper or little notes, post-it notes or whatever. You actually have an organized system that you can be sharp, on point, and give them the best customer service. And the last one, number 10, body language. Personally developing in body language. Imagine going to your clients with slumped shoulders and a head down. You talk to them and you don't look them in the eye and you seem unsure. You've already communicated to your clients that you're not confident as a real estate agent and that you're not confident that you can help them. They're not just listening to you, they're also looking at you to see if you know what you're talking about. It's almost like when you're on the plane and there's a lot of turbulence. What's the thing that we all do? We look at the flight attendant. And if that flight attendant is just going about their business, giving peanuts and pretzels, and they don't seem bothered, then we actually get a sense of calm. Well, in the same way, if things are going awry and you know how to communicate and show the right body language, that you're confident, hey, look, it's no problem. We're going to solve the issue. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get to it. Calm, collected, you're in control. You're going to make your client feel just like we feel when we look at that flight attendant. Okay, they got it. They'll handle it. Everything is okay. I really, really want you guys to develop in these areas. I think the next video I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recommend some books so that you guys can start developing personally, and you'll see the fantastic effect that it has on your business. Why? Because you're not just trying to become something for real estate, you're trying to become something for life. You're trying to become a more valuable person, and as you become a more valuable person, you'll offer more value to people, whether it's your client or whether it's a stranger. Be sure to like, subscribe, and karate chop that bell. Motivators, I love you. My name is Sean Slaughter, and this is the House of Motivation, the place where inspiration lives.